This is the core.
So actually, if you invest your money on something, the capital is still there, and you still make profits, and you can still decide. Maybe there may be a time you decide to say maybe you don't want to invest that money on that thing again. You can still take your capital.
Financial investment could also be referred to either in a business.
Because there are so many shares, like in shares, buying shares is an investment. So you don't buy a share into a company that is off and on. You buy will be share in a company that is stable. That you know that even when they are down, they are still making money. They are still doing things.
I think for one to venture into investment, you should have a vast knowledge about it, then know what the investment will stand a chance of bringing back to you in a test of time.
Like you have an idea, a sellable one, an idea that will make you better, and you invest your money into it. Once you invest your money into it, with time, though at the scratch you might be struggling, but with time you know that with your strategy and tactics, with time you know that it will yield something better.
You start flipping this out, and you flip that out, and you flip the other thing out. What's going on here? And then first he sees a tools, and then he ends up seeing a Bobrisky. Like, what the?
I really don't get why a guy would fall in love with another guy.
I am putting on both parts, so if he touches me and then he feels it, he won't be too shocked.
Am I mad? When there are strong, tall, dark guys with body frame and I start admiring BC for crying out loud.
Funny enough, I've actually done that before.
Oh my God, if na me get this guy, I'm going to tie him like this to myself.
It's time for my talk. Yeah.
This is the core.
See the core, your number one urban breakfast show, and we have this man dissecting all stuff about finances to us.
And about
all right?
the human species.
The human species.
Is that
what
we're dissecting?
Yeah.
You talked about that at the
You talked about stuff. You talked about stuff.
That was a setup, bro. You kept asking for bra. You mentioned bra like 5 times.
No, that's not true. I just did it once.
At least 3 times.
But it's alright. Let's move on.
I'm like, hold on. Okay. Moving back to what we're talking about. So we're talking about finance and investment banking.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me about telling me the difference between investment and investment banking. All right. So I want to ask you another question. Right. We have government bodies. We have different bodies in the government. So why do they still venture into investment banks to actually get loans, do projects and all that? What's the correlation?
So as much money as the government has, it doesn't have all the money it needs to do everything it needs to do.
It's been a couple of years that you've been in this banking business.
Yes.
Right. So don't you think Nigeria is capable of being a very strong financial economical country?
Yeah,
Don't you think? Then if you think so, then what the heck is the problem?
His recession, but we just found it out with $50 million. So
I was actually going to talk about recession and coming to recession, talking about something. But if we have the capability, then why are we still in so much lack?
Brother, there are many problems with Nigeria though. Like that's like asking me why is Nigeria not the biggest anything.
It's
baffling.
The giant of Africa.
Right? We make a lot of money, but there's $50 million in someone's flat, right? So there are lots of issues that we need to deal with.
Financially.
Yeah, so
he sees the money. He knows how the money comes and goes, and he sees what is happening.
Yeah,
I don't know how it happens. I don't know what happens. So apart from I'm saying financial wise now, what's the target? What's the aim? What's the problem?
So I think there isn't a problem. It's just
there is a problem.
we're in an evolution. So we're how many years old is Nigeria? And it will take.
That's one good point.
It takes.
Excuse me, how many years is Dubai? Did anyone know their independence?
It takes the education of the population as well. So people need to become more aware of what is going on in the financial industry.
Right.
Awareness is one, and you need to participate. So if you believe Nigeria should be this massive financial hub, which it has the potential to be, you also need to stop putting your money in your bra.
We know, right?
And
you just mentioned bro. That's the sixth time we're hearing it today.
I mean, you're a man of good taste.
You've programmed it into my mind. That's the problem. So you need to start to use the formal financial sector, and when you do that, you are contributing to the growth of Nigeria as well.
How effective? We talk about investment banking. How effective is it in Nigeria?
I would say it's very effective. So it's not as big an industry as, for example, New York, Wall Street, investment banking.
Right.
That's huge.
But part of that is a function of the economy. The economy in the US is multiple times as big as Nigeria. So that's part of why we're a lot smaller. But in terms of the capability of Nigerian investment banks to raise money for Nigerian companies, I would say the capability is there.
Okay.
And a lot of the investment banks in Nigeria have relationships with banks and investment banks outside Nigeria. So what you find is sometimes you are raising money from Nigerians, but you're also raising money from Americans and South Africans and Europeans and so on.
Okay, so for someone who invests in or does the investment banking, now what are the benefits associated with it? The profit when I invest, say, 40,000 naira, I think that's small, for investment banking. No, I'm just saying.
It's not small.
It's
relatively
okay,
this
man has some billions, man. We're gonna whistle blow on the corset today.
You sure you're gonna leave this place the same way you came?
I think we have to just
hope so. I feel like this is not like a threat situation.
You should be scared of me the most. No, but really, what are the benefits? You invest this particular amount as a company, as you said. Now, what are the benefits associated with it? For companies who aren't doing it yet, now, what should they know? Okay, this and this is attached to it. So, maybe we should take it on. So, let's just know the benefits.
So, as a company trying to raise money, what are your options, really? You can go to a bank, and we all know how banks are. It's not easy getting loans from banks these days. And the cost is also very high, 20+% interest on loans.
Yeah.
What's your other option is you call all your family, friends, everyone to come and invest in your business. If they have the money, they might. If they like your business, they might, but you can't.
It takes the grace of
God.
Yeah.
So an investment bank helps you because in their decades and decades of working, they know a lot more people than you.
Okay.
So they have a lot of connections and contacts in Nigeria and outside Nigeria to help you raise money.
Okay.
Obviously that comes at a cost. So you pay the investment bank, you have to pay a return to the investors.
So that's how you guys get your own money too.
That's how
investment bankers
I get paid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's part of how you get paid.
But that's normal. If you go to
I'm just saying.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to clear the air here. No.
So you do have to pay the investment bank for the bank services.
How much are we paying?
How affordable is it to pay an investment banker? How affordable is it?
So it depends. It depends on many things. It depends on the size of the company that is hiring the bank, and it depends. So a lot of banks will have a minimum fee that they will not go below. So if you're able to pay that, you can pay them. And
can we have a range?
No, I wouldn't be able to give you a range.
Like, say something. Just give us a figure.
Just give us an idea.
Look at it and say, okay, you know what?
It's impossible for me to say because banks have a wide range of prices or costs for the services they provide.
Okay. That's more like it.
Oh my goodness, that's huge, man. Did you mention 100,000 there? Like that's even near 1M.
Right. No, I mean it's something.
But I mean you get a lot for that. But
sure.
Again, it depends on the bank and lots of other factors.
Right. So how accessible is this whole process? How fast is it? How accessible for someone like me that doesn't know much about the banking system? I want to do. Maybe I'm starting a small business. I want to do something. How can I access these people and get what I want? All the criteria, all the necessary documents. How can I get these things?
I would say the first, if you're a business and you're thinking about hiring an investment bank, the first thing you need to do is literally just walk up to an investment banker.
Where do you find them?
Where just Google investment banks in Nigeria. You'll find lots of them, and there are very many. There are lots of big investment banks and there are lots of small investment banks. So find them, walk up to them and talk to them about what you're trying to do, and they'll give you a sense of whether what you do fits with what they provide, and also what it would cost you, how long it will take, and so on, because depending on what you're trying to do, some types of transactions can be done in 3 months, some will take a year and a half. So you need to be aware of
how long
you need to get specific on what you are trying to achieve and get someone to help you do that.
Okay, great. Now let's just ask this: why should people invest?
We're gonna ask that in jiffy though.
Yeah, I'm not saying maybe not just for investment banking, but even savings account and all. Why should people put their money into the bank? Why should they invest?
Give us that short answer, like give us a fast answer.
It's very simple. You're not Superman, so you should let your money work for you. So you are working, you are collecting salary, but your money too should work, and then when it creates more money, that one too should work.
I like that.
When I'm moving money and money, you get one debit alert from nowhere. Something PS transaction, 400 and something.
I like that. Yeah, let your money work for you. I like that. We go on another short break. Definitely, yeah. We go on another short break, and when we return, we have more segments coming your way. You don't want to
miss it.
Good luck.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Oh, time.
This is the core.